And we're live. So, hi, hello everyone. Today we're doing a stream which we haven't done for a while, and honestly, it's the first time we're doing it with new interface, with new look, with hopefully a better idea of what we're doing. So, um, today we're talking about the new project in Al-Marjan Island, one of my favorite areas right now, and one of my favorite topics in the whole of UAE's real estate. And it's a really cool brand. So it's NOBU Residences in Al-Marjan Island. They will be built right next to the NOBU Hotel. And quite frankly, it's really exciting. It's really a cool project. I absolutely adore it. Um, in a simple way, it's it's a very, very interesting thing to look into. Um, it's a rather premium offering. It's considered rather luxurious, and it's not at all affordable for this area. I wouldn't say so. Although we will look into some statistics and some numbers compared to other projects, and you'll see that it's not necessarily missing the price range. So if we go and we start having a look into the basics, um, you will see that first of all, it's the absolute style of Nobu, this very kind of very Eastern minimalist, very kind of like calling back to this classic Japanese minimalism as well. But obviously, for the area, they added a bit more pizzazz, a bit more cool to it. And honestly, those 5 pictures you're seeing is all we've got so far. It was launched yesterday. By now, there's already limited availability. In one of the towers, we completely sold out of 3 bedrooms, and honestly, the whole project it consists of only 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. There's no 1 bedrooms. There's no 4 bedrooms. I assume top floors have penthouses, but those were sold off the market. Those were sold previously. Let me show you the location. So you can see the location is right in the middle of Al-Marjan Island with good accessibility to amenities. Location is actually superb because being on this curve, they get this little bit more of beachfront real estate, and obviously there will be a private beach for residents. I'm not sure. We haven't had a confirmation. I don't think with the stage they are right now, which is the earliest of stages. They just started sales. They only have renders. The building have not started yet. They wouldn't tell you specifically if the whole beach will be for use of both hotel and residences, or they will have a hotel beach and residences only beach. I think the latter is what we should expect and what we should think about. But at the end of the day, it's not too bad either way. It's either way, this beach is not going to be overcrowded like public beaches. Either way, the service will be superb. It's Nobu. So at the end of the day, you'll be absolutely loving that. And honestly, talking about Nobu, if you're not familiar, They're huge brand in hospitality. Initially, you would be talking mostly about Japanese restaurants in terms of Nobu, but the premier, the top quality Japanese restaurants. Um, and now they've been on the market for decades and decades. It's a very respected brand if you're not yet aware of it. I'm not going to deep dive into the brand itself, of course. I'm actually doing it quite late night and I still have to drive home, so I will try and keep this live stream fairly brief. And I'm not necessarily doing this live stream just for live stream itself, but to have it as a video and repository for future view, so you might be viewing it after the fact and might be enjoying that. But speaking about Nobu is now also a huge network of hotels, and they focus on this kind of minimalist luxury, they focus on relaxation, they focus on high quality of essential service, and once again, they obviously picked the best location. Simply, the only better location would be next to casino, and that's arguable. Because having a residence right next to the casino is a little intense, it's not for everyone. But once again, I'm pretty sure having residence closer to the casino will cost more in the future, and it will cost more at launch. So moving on, talking about pricing, right? Let me hide the main camera just for a second. Sorry, it's technical difficulties I'm getting used to. That. Yeah. Great. So if you look here, you can really tell that I took two projects which are very popular, Dana Bay, Nobu, and Oceano. So looking at those projects, you can see we took the base of 2 bedrooms, which are available at all projects, have been available. Nothing is available in Dana Bay except for the biggest villas right now. But if you look into that, right, it's a very smart breakdown I've done. So to preface it, it's done in a few numbers. So depending on which numbers you're thinking in, are you thinking in dirhams or dollars? Are you thinking in square feet? Are you thinking in square meters? Either way, we will have we will have a good number for you to understand. And looking back at it, once again, if we're looking at Oceano, which is, once again, Oceano is a top brand within the Middle East, not yet as popular globally, so you might be less familiar with it, but nonetheless, great proven track record. In absolute numbers, it will be way more expensive. Well, not way more expensive, but significantly more expensive to own 2-bedroom. But when we start looking at square feet and price per square foot per square meter, we see that prices are essentially identical. It feels like Nobu looked at them, said they're a huge brand, let's just do the same pricing. Maybe they've done research in the same way and just came to the same conclusion, right? And either way, it's great. Either way, it's great. So putting that aside, we're looking at the last project. We're looking at Dana Bay, and we're looking at, oh wait, it's about half of it. And in Dana Bay, we did not have 2 bedrooms apartments come onto the market. Those are 2 bedroom townhouses. And one of the reasons they're so much cheaper is the area. The amount of space is so much more, right? And this is the built-up area, of course. And if you look at that, it's a way better deal. But then, if you consider Dana Bay is just a development, it's just a simple residential development, which will have good amenities, but it will not have hotel-grade service. It will not have this level of refined, high-quality service you will always see coming from the likes of NOBU, Oceano, Ritz. It's this kind of caliber. It's this kind of caliber of products. And of course, they're going to cost more. On the positive side, it's also much more viable for short-term rent. If you're looking at it as an investment, you'll see that this project being closer to casino, closer to entertainment, will be the most in demand, one of the most in demand projects, one of the coolest brands on the whole island, and simply that should bring you into thinking it's an incredible investment. You should realize that right here it's an incredible situation to be in regards of short-term rent. Is it great for personal permanent residents? I don't believe it's great for personal residents. I don't believe that's what you should look into if you're after that. But it's a great investment piece. It's a great vacation home for a family. It's a great place to be if you're just want to have a party pad, right? And once again, going further, we can talk about the payment plan. It's the main benefit of buying it off plan, buying it now, is the payment plan. And you can see they're not doing post handovers anymore. Those times have passed. None of the top brands will offer you post handover, but as you can see, you will be able to pay about 50% in a building process and 50% delivery. This is still a great thing if you have tied up cash flow and you would rather pay in installments. Once again, it's an incredible product for that. And simply put, NOBU right here is something I had our all-time best clients all looking into. Yesterday, I couldn't do a live stream partially because I was on the phone for hours, because everybody was calling in, discussing. I had to do the whole research. We looked into the actual availability. We looked into what's going on with the project. We looked at the floor plans, the positioning towards the sea, positioning towards the sun, so we could evaluate if any of our investors, any of our regular clients wanted to have any of the coolest pieces still left. Unfortunately, the situation is that we're not getting the first picks, and nearly no agencies are getting first picks. First pick has been given to the agency they have special relationship with, which is not us, because we're a boutique agency. We don't have the volume they would want from somebody they would give first picks to, right? And this is me being fully transparent. It's the main downside of working with a boutique agency is you simply work with an agency which has slightly less leverage on developers and on hoteliers, right? But On the other hand, you work with the agency, which will sit down with you, like I did yesterday with the clients, and we will look into everything. We'll look into what's being planned to be built around it. We'll look into what sides the windows are looking into. We correlated floor plans with what's your bedroom view, what's your living room view, what's the second bedroom view. Are you getting the sunrise or sundown views, all of those things, and correlated it with right floor, so you're clearing the height to get unobstructed view. And we discussed, and we have currently a couple deals in the works, but realistically speaking, this will be sold out. Everything worth buying will be sold out by Tuesday. That's unfortunately the speed it's going at, and it's unfortunately how it works. It's once again me saying the old same thing I'm always saying. You got to work with your broker. You got to work with the broker on a regular. Having 10 brokers people call is not productive. They usually end up getting worse deal when the guys who have a constant broker, they developed a trusting relationship with, and they developed a good working relationship with. That's why our regular clients, yesterday, they were already talking about it. They already are discussing things, and hopefully by Friday, by tomorrow, somebody will pull the trigger on one of the properties, and we'll get a sea view on Al-Marjan Island, right? And get it almost walking distance from the casino, right? Once again, it's not that easy. It doesn't work the way you think it works usually. A lot of clients would think they can just call in and immediately get first pickings to the top launches. It doesn't work this way. We always want to sell the top launches to everyone. We love all of our clients, but at the end of the day, the guys who are in constant contact, the guys we are aware of preferences, right? Who when you love branded developments, who when you love the brand NOBU, they're getting called before we can put it out to social, before anybody publishes it. They get the personal phone call saying, look, this thing coming onto the market, going fast. They get me or one of their assigned brokers calling and talking to them through the options they've got. Like we're going to be talking through right now, and we're going to be looking into them, right? But before we do the floor plans, before we do the kind of analytics and me just rambling about what this development is about, let's have a great look at the brochure, because it's interesting where they position themselves, and NOBU is as much about facts, which I love and which I operate mostly in, and I always proponent of those, but they are also big on the soft qualities, right? The feel of it. And once again, the NOBU way, right? And being this established brand, they genuinely developed this NOBU way. They developed this kind of resort serene feel, right? At the end of the day, it's again all of the top developments. They have hotels all over the world, mostly in Asia, but you see their focus once again is very similar to, let's say, the guys doing the Six Senses, for example, where it's about balanced. It's about balance. It's about kind of spa relaxation focus. And honestly, as Al-Marjan looks like it's going to be the party island back in your base of operations, you need this massage, you need this spa, you need this detox, right? It only makes sense. The more you plan on living in a party area, the more you need relaxation focused product, right, as your base of operations. Um, Obviously, it's a lot of achieve harmony, all this marketing stuff, which I respect and I love, but once again, it's hard to comment on it. It's hard to talk about it really with any level of information to transfer to you. Once again, once the stream is over, just go over onto their website, go over and watch some reviews of the NOBU hotels and the NOBU restaurants and see what's their aesthetics. But it's all about lighter colors. They don't do this kind of a gold and marble everywhere. They do very understated luxury look, because you can see it doesn't, they don't necessarily bother with doing this old school luxury. It's this kind of, you don't have to prove the luxury kind of situation. And the NOBU experience, once again, got to have a celebrity picture, if you have one, in your brochure. That just has to be there, right? Once again, would have done the same thing, but this is the development. This is what we're looking at. Once again, the townhouses and villas there, right? We haven't heard about them. I think they've been sold directly to the long-time customers of NOBU. They never went onto open market. Very unfortunate. I think those will be just incredible places to be. You can tell from the project they all have private pools, they all have beach access directly off the back garden, so it's incredible. But as you can see, on your left is the tallest building, that's a hotel. And then going from the left to right, it's building A and building B. Once again, we're looking into that, and here it's important to mention that with our clients, we're focusing on building B. Why is that? Why is that? Because if we look at the location, right? If you look at the location, you can see that with building B off to the right, you got the bay next to you. So the way it laid out, that provides you the best sea views out of 2 bedrooms, which we will look into later. And at the end of the day, that's the prime building. That's the building you want to be in. Funnily enough, more sales are happening in building A, which is closer to hotel. I assume people want to be closer to hotel services, but either way, this is a level of service where you have transfers on little golf cars to take you to hotel and back. So it doesn't even make sense, and it doesn't seem like it's a huge distance to walk. It's a short, nice walk through a nice sea breeze right on the island. They seem like they're gonna plan to have incredible greenery there as well, so don't see why the building A is a bit more popular. We always recommend building B. Once again, that's the location, and they're talking all about that, but I soon gonna move into the floor plans and layouts and explain to you how they're built, so you can understand why we're talking about building B as the best building, right? And once again, they just talking about the Al-Marjan Island, which is incredible and great. Sailing, I mean, selling the dream, and this is the important bit. They're gonna have great spa facilities once again, right? That's very important. When you get this kind of on an island, resort style living, good spa facilities are paramount. Um, they're selling all this lifestyle. Of course, if it's your cup of tea, it's your cup of tea. If it's not, it's not. It's not. But at the end of the day, it's incredible sales pitch, I believe. Obviously, coming from restaurant background, restaurant collection there will include Nobu and a few others, and all of them will be top notch. Once again, we see the Grand Arrival, and the Grand Arrival is one also built up quite grand. Some people find it extremely important. Once again, the new project by Omniat has incredible Grand Arrival, and people are actually buying into that, feeling like it's important to them. So something to consider as well. They're talking about the architecture here. I don't believe it's a standout architecture, but I like how it's understated. It's well designed functionally. So I have no quarrels with it, but I wouldn't be talking about incredible art pieces because in my mind they're not, but I'm not an architect. Neither am I any good at judgment of aesthetic things, so take this one with a pinch of salt. Once again, they're talking about the minimalism. They're talking about the detail-oriented approach once again. You can see a lot of soft materials, a lot of fuzzy materials, all designed to relax, to keep you calm, to keep you in the moment. It's approach no, but really perfected. That's why I picked this one up. I genuinely really like the brand, and I would only do big pieces on the projects where I genuinely like them. It's where something I would personally get, be it not necessarily as a best investment, but as a something for myself or some lifestyle choice. But here, I believe Al-Marjan Island has incredible investment potential. Once again, it's a location of the world's first Middle Eastern casino, right? And they confirmed there will be gambling, confirmed Wynn Resorts confirmed the best scenarios, so it's gonna flourish. It's gonna be incredible. Once again, we're looking at the bedroom now, the full view of that, and you see they don't plan massive apartments, but do you really need that? You come there to go out. You don't get places there to lie in your bed, right? And the bedroom is nice enough and spacious enough. That's what you're looking for, right? You're not looking for accessory at this price range just yet. But once again, you see in the project, the materials, the attention to detail, the quality of the finish should be top notch. We will see, but once again, to deliver that to NOBU standards, it will be top level product. It has to be, because NOBU have not yet delivered anything bad. That's simply that. Once again, very modern style kitchens. Rockwell Gruber. Taste is everything. What I mentioned about the restaurants. They're planning great communal and public areas. Once again, the beach club experience. Nobu has a couple beach clubs. Once again, they're one of the best at beach clubs. So you will have at your fingertips what will be probably the most popular and verifiably the best beach club in the whole of the Al-Marjan Island. So I believe that will be a very sought after property in 2 or 3 years' time. They'll have a full hotel service, full concierge service. That is a given with this standard of products. Um, Once again, I can drone about it, but I assume anybody looking into that seriously would understand that, yeah, of course you get hotel service. You expect hotel service. It's not a big add-on benefit. It's expected. Once again, they're talking about some exclusive facilities specifically for residents. Obviously, kids club, obviously communal areas, obviously gym, obviously pool or a number of pools, and hopefully a beach. Yeah, so this is the gist of it. This is what they're planning. This is what it's going to be. Once again, I think the project is really exciting. Really, really, really exciting. And we don't have many viewers, but once we get some, if you're really interested, you can always even reach out in chat. Reach out to us via website. We obviously happy to help and assist and talk you through the product. I wish we had enough of an audience for me to be able to, grab one potential customer right now and work through their concerns, through their interests, and through the whole product with them. And that would be absolutely the best way. But nonetheless, I would be now doing a deep dive and we will be thinking through it together. The next is the most important bit is the layouts, the floor plans. This is the make or break of it. So this is where I think we need to really start looking into it, right? Looking into that, we have the whole set of floor plans by them. So that's our first floor plan, and just give me a second to open it up so I can see it as well as you do. Yeah, here it is. I'm looking at it, and so that's so the whole development is 8 floors tall. So every floor is identical in the layout. At the bottom right, you can see where you will on the building. You see the where in the building you'll see the apartments presented. And if we look at the floor plan and we come back to the building, have a look at the building in a second. You see that's the building. And facades we have looking towards us are the bottom of the picture, bottom of that larger plan, right? So coming back to the floor plan, so those are looking towards the road and towards the other side. There was no announcements what's going to be built on the other side, so that's a huge risk. Once again, floor plans from the type A, I don't usually consider, right? With our clients, I would say that they're not necessarily the best for them unless they have very specific goal of negotiating a cheaper price, or they do come a little bit cheaper than the other 2 bedrooms. But once again, you would rather spend this little extra to get what you actually want. If you look at that, you see that on our sunrise side, we have the road view and the mystery building across the road view, which is huge risk, right? And out of the bedroom, we have the second terrace. So the only positive is your bedroom gets a terrace. That's the only two-bedroom which has bedroom terrace. This one, the sunrise side would be looking into the sea in a building B. In a building A, it will be looking, well, in a building A, it will be looking at a nearby building, so no privacy. Once again, advice against it. So you will have some kind of a sea view in your bedroom. Off the terrace, you will be able to enjoy sea view because next to Oceano, you will have villa development. So everything above, I would say, second or third floor gets a relatively clear view. The whole development itself is built in steps, so it's a little higher than all the amenities on the beach. So starting floor one, you get in sea views towards the sea, towards your own community, right? Moving on to the type B, this is the rest of two bedrooms. There's just two bedrooms types. And a type B doesn't have a bedroom terrace, right? But you can see that sunrise side type Bs, they have partial sea view. They have actually nice partial sea view. The sunset side, once again, looking into the building in building B. In building A, both of them gonna look towards the nearby building. So it's a non-starter. That's exactly why I was talking initially that building B is highly preferable. And looking into that, we can see that those floor plans are fairly reasonably applied. Once again, let me just come back to the view of the floor plan myself, but of course there's a bit of wasted space, but once again, walk-in wardrobe, you get in a two-bedroom apartment. For Dubai, this is a massive benefit that's very unusual but very cool, right? This is something you would really want. Otherwise, I'm not sure why the corridors take up so much of your floor area. That's not my favorite part of it, but I assume that's the best way they could package it. Looking into kitchen and living room, it has access to the terrace, but it has very little glazing. As you can see, it only has glazing across the terrace side. The other side is a wall partitioning your and a three-bedroom apartment. Is it the best way? Is it incredible layout? I wouldn't say so. It's not the best layout, but once again, the terrace is great, and the terrace view on specifically sunrise side type B in the building B will be great. Will be great. Otherwise, your bedroom views, once again, master bedroom is positioned where you're waking up, you will have sea views. That's also great. And you will have a glazed corner where you can oversee the rest of Al-Marjan Island. And I love those kind of community views where they give you overlook of what's going on out there. They kind of invite you to get out there and do something. I feel it's a great thing to have, but once again, that depends on your taste. It depends on what you're looking for. So honestly, those two layouts are going fast. I assume there's only 3 or 4 apartments left, but even that is a stretch. Carrying on is the 3 bedrooms, right? The 3 bedrooms are the best views. There's a few available. Highest floors obviously taken. Lower floors, you can see Two bedrooms, both have terraces. Terrace across the hall of the living room. Um, I'm not sure it has the. Yeah, I don't see a maid's room. Uh, but once again, you're in a hotel service apartment. Having your own maid is not necessary, even if you want daily cleaning, cooking. Of if you really want some food fast, you can always pick up a phone and order some room service, right? If you need cleaning, you just call the hotel and say send the cleaning stuff, and they do. That's the benefit of those apartments. So all of this floor area, on a positive side, is for you to use. It's nothing is used for maintenance, for staff accommodation. All of the area is at your leisure. And you can see that the walk-in wardrobe and a bathroom set to a master bedroom is massive here. This bedroom will actually be impressive looking with glazing on two walls, which is also a massive benefit to it. The guest bedroom, one of guest bedrooms, I hate the entrance from the living room, right? I absolutely don't like it. I believe it's hard when one of the bedrooms has separated entrance from the rest of the clusters, but once again, if I could come up with a better idea, probably would be working on that. I assume with the shapes and the planning they have and the permissions, that's the best they can do. But once again, the free bedroom here has the prime views. They have not done any two bedrooms or one bedrooms. They haven't done any one bedrooms at all, and they haven't done any two bedrooms with prime views, which to me is a little frustrating. Because you don't necessarily want free bedroom, but you definitely might want an unobstructed sea view. But once again, we're talking sea view towards the bay. So is it really unobstructed sea view? Is to be discussed. But once again, we're working through those layouts, and they're fully serviceable. I wouldn't say it's the best or genius layouts, but they're fully serviceable. There's a number of apartments available and being done, which are great and which are absolutely perfect for certain set of goals you would see for many customers in the area. The apartments which are not facing sea view still great investments. This is not something which will affect your pricing all that much when you're short-term renting. It will only affect liquidity. So in a low season, you will have less of the less guests, and you will have less profitable days. But in high season, they're still going to be full at full price, and even a premium. So not to worry. Honestly, anything you get there will be a good investment, and it will rise in price significantly. So that is essentially all we can really look into. Everything I can really show you publicly. That's the project. Once again, so after seeing that, after working through that again, after me now putting everything all in one place and looking into that, what we're thinking, what's it for, is it good thing, is it bad thing, why are we here, right? Is it there to stay empty? Is it there to be a money vehicle? Is it there to be a holiday home for many families? Honestly, could be either. Once again, when we're investors, we deal with uncertainty. That's every investor always dealing with uncertainty. but at the end of the day, I believe, just first of all, by benefit of being Nobu branded, that's a fail-safe. Having great brand of your proper attached to your property, having great hotelier brand attached to your property is an incredible fail-safe. Nobu is not going anywhere in the next 10, 15, 20, 30 years. They're not going anywhere. Most likely not going anywhere, at least. And that means that even if they're making a loss, they will have to maintain that property. Even if everything else goes wrong, they have to maintain the profile of the property, the quality, the service quality, the maintenance quality, the finish level. All of that will be maintained no matter what. They will do it at a loss if they have to, simply because they need to protect their brand. The other thing is, what we discussed before, is the Al-Marjan Island itself. So the island is one of the most promising things in Emirates real estate right now. That's why I love talking about it. It's honestly one of the ways I think I can make great profits for our investors, great returns. The island is being really invested into by all of the Emirates. It's being invested into by Wynn Resorts, by many top brands, many extremely reputable brands already announced their presence there. Let's say Address Hotels will be there. Even Address will be there. Oceano, which we discussed earlier, is there. I'm pretty sure Ritz will be there. And I'm not gonna go into details because I don't remember out the top of my head, and I don't want to say somebody gonna be there and they won't, and somebody fact checks me and says I'm lying. And simply to not misinform you, I'll just say I know for a fact many premier brands are investing in this destination, and they're professionals. They're professionals. They know what they're doing. They're doing really cool stuff with it, and it's a very, very promising product, right? Once again, it's going to be the first casino to open in the Middle East. It's most likely not going to be the only one. Since we last discussed it, first of all, they confirmed they're going to have a casino and they're going to have gambling, although they will have a non-gambling, just gaming area for people who are not into gambling or whose religious or cultural or ethical beliefs say it's inappropriate for them to gamble. They will have a whole set of gaming and entertainment there for them as well, which I absolutely love because I have nothing against gambling, but I just don't simply enjoy it personally. And you'll see me there with most of Arab guys just in the gaming area, right? Having the time of my life once it's built. I'm pretty sure that's where you would find me every other weekend. But once again, gambling will attract a lot of East Asian customers, especially China. We know for a fact now Chinese customers, they crowd everywhere they can gamble. For them, at least on average, it's something they enjoy a lot, and it's something they're ready to invest large amounts of money. So seeing that, we know for a fact we will have a big, big pool of potential clients there. And it's being a first Middle Eastern casino, will attract whoever is based in the Middle East and who's willing and who's craving this casino experience, be it the glamour of it, be it the gambling, coming into the area. So it will be a lot of short-term tourism, a lot of internal tourism from Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Although Abu Dhabi is promising, well, now they're not promising, they're considering building a casino as well. When that's gonna happen, we don't know. Abu Dhabi always lives in Abu Dhabi time, right? And they are not necessarily prone to sudden change like Dubai is. They're a bit more conservative, so the changes there will come slowly, and I'm sure it will enjoy a number of years where it will be not only the best option but the only option, right? Once again, Wynn Casinos, probably the top brand in the industry, the best brand in the industry, putting money forward, putting their best foot forward, building this casino. It's a bunch of smart people, very smart people there who know what they're doing, most of the time at least, and it only makes sense in my mind to follow all of those specialists who are investing and betting their specialty, their money, their reputations on that, their brands on that. So, me being so hell-bent on saying how cool it is, it's simply because I want to bring this value. I want to be part of creating this incredible value. I believe you'll see returns similar to returns people saw when they invested in a Palm during COVID. I have a good friend who bought an apartment in Palm during COVID, and he's not after it for profit. He doesn't consider it an investment. He just bought himself an apartment where he wanted to live. And honestly, he slowly growing to hate it because he gets pestered non-stop by the calls and offers from a number of people to sell it, to buy it off him. Because he got incredible piece of property, corner views, 1 bedroom, 1,000 square foot 1 bedroom or something. So it's a massive 1 bedroom with incredible views, and obviously there's not enough of them. There's always a demand. If he puts it on the market today, given it's night in Dubai, I think by tomorrow lunchtime he'll see the check. So yeah, and I think Al-Marjan Island will be just like that. It will be extremely sought after entertainment cluster. That I find a very important detail to see. Although obviously we have an issue of it being in Ras Al Khaimah, a lot of people sounded their issues to me here, right? Once again, if you don't quite understand what is Ras Al Khaimah, it's the most northern emirate, and it's a little quiet. The most of Ras Al Khaimah is very kind of rural, not very noisy, not overdeveloped. It's mostly locals living there. A bit of the industry. I think they grow the most of the figs. They also have their own ceramic company, whose logos you'll see all over Emirates, because Rock Ceramics are a fairly good brand name actually. Their stuff is actually nice and good value, so that's impressive. But they also have their own mountains. Like about half of Emirates is massive mountains. So the benefits of it is you can always escape the heat. You can come there in between seasons or in the summer, and you're just half an hour drive from some of the tallest mountains in the Emirates, where it's much cooler and you can cool off even in the summer. So that's incredible. That's what I've been doing a lot in the summer, is going towards the mountains to just get some elevation, get some lower temperatures, rest for a few hours, enjoy the views, enjoy the drive up there and down. Once again, they promote a lot of active sports. So if you're into cycling, if you're into really mountaineering, climbing, rock climbing, hiking, they are working towards one of the best infrastructures in that area. And that's also very, 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 very cool thing to be around. because honestly, I end up going there a lot just because of that infrastructure, away from Dubai. And quite frankly, Al-Marjan Island is in the closest to Dubai part. So your drive to Dubai, let's say if you want to get to Dubai Mall, to Burj Khalifa area, should take you about an hour. Should take you about an hour from there. It's not a prohibitively long drive. It's actually quite achievable. So day trips to Dubai are always an option. But a lot of people are concerned that around Al Marjan Island, there's nothing. It's a village, right? And given that, but Al Marjan Island itself promises incredible self-enclosed and self-sustaining infrastructure. And that's why I believe it's a really good project, because they have considered their own infrastructure so well. And it's a resort. Don't think about it as they're building a city there. It's not going to be residential at all. It's not going to be like a Palm in this way. It's going to be all resorts. But summer home, once again, and investment will bring you good returns, I believe. Never promise, not promising anything regarding the investments. Nobody ever does. But there's a good chance. It's one of the best chances to get incredible returns, because if you look at people who bought land on Palm Jumeirah, they had in 5-6 years returned their money 6 to 12 fold, right? And I believe there, once the vision is complete and you can come and see and know what it's going to be like, and no imagination is required, and no vision is required from you to understand that, prices will almost going to reach its peak, and there's no profits. All the profits are made on uncertainty and on the risk, but I believe risk here is overestimated, right? I believe this is a very surefire way. There's very little things that can go wrong with it. So, once again, really encouraging you to look into the project. We probably gonna have more social media postings about it. I actually want to do a video going to Al-Marjan Island as well and just walking through it. But it's not going to be visually exciting, because simply it's a bunch of sand. I think that's all I wanted to discuss. I see no real questions or any engagement in that way. Let me see if the team will confirm that. There's no comments I can see or consider. I think that will be the best time to wrap up, because honestly, the project is just released. It's not a lot of information. It's just a first look. But that's, as you can tell, enough information to make all your decisions. Yeah, I wish they had more renderings. I wish they had more details about the buildings around it. But information is not plentiful, it's sufficient. Anyway, hopefully people watching it enjoyed it. And goodbye to you people. See you in the future streams.